Hey everybody, how's it going? Today is August 8th. I and it just dawned on me that this is a pretty huge, well, tomorrow will be a pretty huge day for me. Um, so for those of you that don't know, um, I've had two liver transplants, and my second transplant was August 9th of 2011. Um, And there's a story behind it. I was in the hospital basically from February to the end of July, where they flew me down to New Orleans. Um, if you're friends with my wife, look at her post because she shared a Caring Bridge um, link, which basically it's almost like a journal that you can share with friends um, to kind of keep friends up to date of your progress. But yeah, like I said, it didn't dawn on me until I just mentioned that today's August 8th because, like I said, you kind of lose track of those things. Um, I, it's funny because and I don't know why you guys can't see my screen. I've tried and I tried and I tried, or you
Well,
can't see my face, but um, so
I can't
pretend
see your
to,
screen either.
well, in here, I'll share my screen because, it's funny
Oh, that'd
because,
be nice.
yeah, so here's earnings. We're still in the thick of earnings. Um, the calendar, 280 stocks
I like
reported after earnings. Um, so we're still in the thick of earnings. It's funny because I mentioned to Alan when we first got on that I shorted the SPY today. Um, and he was kind of taken back and I was like, really? And sure enough, we ended the day green. The SPY was still down. Actually, it was basically flat. Well, down 0.4%. Um, but it is crazy. Um, it is crazy how strong these bulls are. Um, if I draw a line, and I actually got a very good, somewhat early fill, um, just because I had a hunch we were going down. So I got in here. So I carried it down to here, and I think I got out a quick 5, 10, 15, 20-minute trade, but I made like 160%. Um, we were sitting at, let's see, we opened around 448, and I played the 444s, which were incredibly cheap, um, and was able to, like I said, make 160%. Now, had I been daring, I would have flipped and gone long. Because like I said, the Bulls are I don't I'm not going to fight them. I'm going to play it as it lies, so to speak. We have this 10-day crossing over the 20. Um, we have um, credit card balances jumped in the second quarter and are above $1 trillion. Um, somewhere I read um, those that are on student loans are added credit to their portfolio. 53% of student loan borrowers added credit card debt during the payment pause. And you got to remember that pause is stops at the end of the month. Um, I I think that's going to be a very big shoe to drop. Um, but like I said, this bullish activity is just surprising. If you look back here, we had a huge red day. Greens came back, and then we dropped again. Greens came back. Um, so maybe that's the pattern to look at. Um, But yeah, like I said, I played it short. We'll see what tomorrow brings. But I guess the long story short is that playing it based on the 5-minute rule, and playing it quickly, watching out for those reversals, um, you know, is the way to trade. And now that I mentioned reversals, I want to go look at this low.
Bring up Google up, um, Brian,
Well,
and I'll show you. I tried going in short, and then I knew the reversal would reverse, but I got stopped out of the trade because look at Google at 10 o'clock.
right here, yeah. And
See the 10 o'clock reversal?
yeah, well, 11.
It was at 10 o'clock too.
Well, yeah. So, okay, hold on. I gotta stop moving my mouse. So, yeah, here's we're down, and then this
Is that
reversal
Google?
here. Yeah. Um, and I played it yesterday. Played Google yesterday, and I for the life of me can't remember what I traded. Um, I've started learning not to have regrets. So here's 8-7. Is this 8-7? August 8th. I don't know why there are not scroll bars on this chart. Because I can't easily. God, I think I traded it long, but then stopped out here. And then we kind of continued to run. Um, but yeah, here's today's 5-minute chart. And this is a pretty big 5-minute opening. Um, it basically, because if you look, here's yesterday's close. So we gapped down in the morning, eventually broke above, and we closed pretty much close to where we closed yesterday. Let me look at the 3-month for GOOG. Oh, yeah, starting to kind of recover. I ran across this morning. Where is that? This is basically called a heat map. It lists all of the stocks based on what group they're in. Because I think the news this morning was that Moody's downgraded the banks. Um, and if you look at this box, here's your financial banks right here, which are down financial. Oh, and it doesn't list each bank, goes through. NU. I don't know what NU is. But in this sense, using
MU?
this N as in Nancy, Nucor?
Nucor?
Yeah,
No.
or New Holdings.
Would you like to try Tire Shine for only $3 more in? Or brand new ceramic cup? Stay put until you can pour it.
So, so this is a way to actually look at an industry, and find the stocks within that industry. For example, utilities. NES, DUK, which is Duke Energy, XL Energy, XEL. And you notice they're kind of with a few outliers. This section's red. This section's, look at all those small regional banks down there. Red, red, red. So industries kind of follow, or stocks within an industry kind of follow, unless there's news related to a specific stock. Um, I'm going to post this link in the comments, but this is FINVIZ, which actually has scanners as well. But this is basically how the market did today. So, like I said, I don't really have that much, um, other than I continue to trade small. I continue to try to get in and get out. I continue to watch the um, the 5-minute levels and kind of trade it off of that. Um, other than my, I don't know if it's nervousness, but it's my, other than my belief that it's going to be a rough fall, um, especially for the consumer and especially for those um, kicking back student loans. Um, it's going to be rough for them. I don't know what that does to the market. Um, so I don't wake up every morning saying, okay, I'm bullish today on this, I'm bearish today on this. Like I said, I just, like a golfing term, I play it like it lies. Um, so I don't know. Other than that, I think, Alan, anything other than you traded GOOG, which was kind of flat today?
Can you bring up the UPS?
UPS. Ooh. On the 3-month or in the today?
It's UPS today.
That's the 3 months. So here's today.
Yeah, bring it today.
So here's today on the 5-minute, had a huge down red candle. And then kind of basically tried to recover the rest of the day.
Did a good job though. So one of the things, I mean, that's a huge increase though.
Yeah. If you look at this 3-month candle or 3-month chart, that's a huge bottom candle. And that is, even though it didn't trade above where it opened, or it didn't close above where it opened, this is quite bullish. This is a signal that says, you know what? The bulls were like, okay, you're done selling for the day. This is as low as you're going, and now it's a buying opportunity, basically. We did have the 10 cross the 20 below. I think this may kind of flounder back and forth, in this kind of range. Now that we have this bottom here. So,
But what the issue is, I wanted to point out to the people that listen. One of the things I love to do is I used to play the earnings. And what it is there's so much dollar amount put into the earnings that you'll never ever usually win unless you go ahead and hit it just right. And the reason I say that is because if you look at UPS, if you waited it for it to bottom out and then went long, and then increased your position after it broke the 5-minute low, you would have done pretty well. The trade that I was into is that I believe you bought it for 500, and then I believe that you could have sold it for 4,000.
yeah, and if you
So
look
really,
at, this is kind of like your 10 o'clock reversal right here.
exactly. And I
So,
find with an earnings play, what I try to do is not even look at the market till 10 o'clock. All the baked in news, all the baked in movement, all the baked in stuff is out of it. And usually what it is, you can make a nice trade and get a nice return. Now, I didn't post that one. And there was a couple of reasons why, because I thought it was kind of an iffy trade. And I'm trying to keep it to consistent ones. The only true trades I got on the email right now is Raytheon is a long call, and gold. Now, if you bring up Raytheon, you'll see the 2-day chart on that Monday and Tuesday. RTX.
Right. And I was going to say that our mutual friend Dennis Prost, I believe, is, I haven't checked with him, but I think he's still in gold.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
He's I think he's kind of the same as me, kind of bearish as well. So yeah, kind of slowly and came. Wow, they had a good day today. RTX up 0.87%. And again, you have this bottoming at 10 o'clock, and then it kind of came off to the races again.
So we are kind of seeing a bullish movement in the market.
Someone asked me if this is ever going to end or if the bulls are ever going to get tired. And like I said, yeah, I'm.
All right, so what's going to happen is if we take market correction, that the second week in August, the kids are back in school. Usually it kind of like, is choppy up and down. When you get into September, you got the Jewish high holidays, and that's always the time that we usually see a big pullback. Now, I know this year it's going to be even more bigger because GM, Ford, Chrysler are all supposed to strike in September, September 1st, I believe. Yeah, so that's a big deal.
So the beginning of September.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the UAWs already called for the strike. So they want a 40% increase in pay, which can't happen. The GM, Chrysler, and Ford are all losing money on the EVs.
Yeah.
They're in a tough predicament right now.
Yeah. I think speaking of EVs, I think Riven, oh yeah, this morning this morning before the bell, Riven had earnings yesterday, and let's see what they're doing. Riven. I thought they were down last time I checked. Oh, they're up now. Because I think this was their
So the
close.
play today for EVs was LCD.
LCID?
Yeah, LICD.
LCID, Lucid. Let's see here. Lucid, LCID. Wow, 12%. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, one of the guys I know on the internet that I talk to is the big jackpot is it kind of goes by what he goes by, but basically he'll do a thing and he'll spend $1 million on slots. It's kind of crazy. I mean, I've never seen anybody do this, like, where I'll do $10,000 a pull and that kind of thing. Well, he makes all his money shorting that stock.
Wow.
He shorted that thing from $40. So there's a lot of short selling in that stock. So I don't know what drove it up today, but boy, they sure got beat down today, the short sellers.
Right, yeah, exactly. LCID. Let's see here. Is there a news section on here?
Well, I'm thinking it's because of Rivian. That's how it works.
Yeah.
The other day when I called out Trip, I wish I'd have just put my money into bookings. Trip was you could have sold it for $1,500, which was a nice return, but I gave out the trade on the group site. But if you'd done bookings, you could have made 10,000 on the same amount of money. So you remember bookings went up like $200-$300 in a day.
Right, yeah. I think after their earnings.
Yeah. So from what I could tell, the only reason LICD went up was because of Rivian.
Well, it looks like they reported. After Lucid reported a wider than expected loss, Lucid said it was still on track to manufacture more than 10,000 vehicles this year. So now that the news is over, so let's see, Lucid, LCID. Oh, they reported Monday after the bell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't have earnings,
So yeah,
Yep.
they came down. And again, wait till the smoke clears and then jump in. Because if you look, here's 10 o'clock. Well, a little late on this one. They dropped at the open 5, 10, 15, let's say 25 minutes after the open is when they started, the buyers kind of stepped in for Lucid. So interesting. Okay.
Were you
well,
in on that trade, Brian?
Yeah. No, I should pay more attention to like what stocks are reporting and then play them after the fact. But
It seems like if you go the opposite of whatever they do, usually that it's a nice trade.
yeah. No, unfortunately things have been kind of crazy here with work and I haven't done much trading, but try to do a little bit. Yeah. So. Okie doke. Anything else?
Sweet. Hey, it was great talking to you, Brian.
Yeah, you too. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of the week. There's already some football news out, so exciting times. Here the Packers dropped
They got Lions predicted to win it all this year.
They picked up a backup
they
to
do.
Jeff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to see. So okie doke. I
right.
was gonna wave, but you guys can't see my screen, or can't see me. So
All right, we'll see you, Brian.
talk to you later, everyone.